My name is Melanie Murphy. I'm a graduate of education, and 2 years ago I started creating content for YouTube about everything that interests me, from beauty to confidence to health, hobbies, giving tips and advice along the way. I'm totally a one-man band, and since then my channel has attracted 20 million views and almost 250,000 subscribers. It's opened several new doors and completely changed my life. Today I'm presenting on all this jazz, so here we go. I really hope you enjoy, and I hope you learn something from it.
Ooh, hello. Get sorted out there. So hello everyone. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to talk to you all today, because it's advertisers like yourselves that actually keep a roof over my head. So today I'm going to kind of speak through a few things: what inspired me to get into YouTube, what got me interested in making videos, and some collaborations that I've done, how I built my audience, and then also what the future holds for me and the things that I hope to do off the back of the platform that I've built for myself. So hope you liked my little video there. Well, there we go. So first I'm going to talk about what interested me in making videos in the first place. And I've been an avid viewer of YouTube for years. When I went through some very difficult times as a teenager, I went through a really hard time in my life, and YouTube was always there to entertain me, to educate me, and the people I was watching were always there for me. It was a massive, massive part of my life. And after that, I kind of realized that it was taking over traditional TV for me, so I kind of stopped watching daytime TV and soap operas. I don't miss EastEnders, so I'm glad that's gone. And then I saw a gap, a massive gap online. When I started, and even to this day, there's still only a handful of Irish content creators earning a living from YouTube. And us Irish are loved the world over. People love our accents, and I was like, there's a bit more room for our lovely accents on the small screen. So I thought I would join in the community there. Another reason why I felt interested in making videos is because I massively valued the views and opinions of the people that I followed online. These are real people who I built up a very personal connection with through video. People that I am really interested in hearing their views and their opinions on everything from products to politics and everything in between. People who were always there for me across social media every day. And from very early on, I was always really in support of when they were working with brands and charities, because they were totally transparent about it. So it's really different from traditional advertising. And I understood that they needed that to create the amazing videos that I would look forward to every day. So it was an integral part of them YouTubing, and yeah, I always understood that from the get-go. And I saw doing YouTube as an opportunity to make friends with these people, to build relationships with brands that I'm really passionate about, and also to get the name out there on Irish brands and bring a bit of money into the country and stuff like that, which I have done and I'm hoping to do a lot more of. The next reason why I wanted to get involved with the YouTube thing is because I was in university to be a teacher. My original goal was to teach and to lecture, and 2 years ago, what I'm doing right now, was my biggest nightmare. I couldn't even stand up in front of my class. I would go bright red, and I would get a rash, and I would be shaking, and I couldn't do it. And I felt that starting YouTube might really enhance my confidence and bring me out of my shell, and it's done much more than that. So it's changed my whole life ever since then. So I want to talk a little bit about my inspiration for my channel. Several things kind of inspired me to finally bite the bullet and pick up a camera and just start putting myself out there. And mainly, it was Irish content creators at the time. So I was watching certain people. One example would be the Saccone Jolies. They're an Irish family who simply film their day, what they're doing, and put it online every day. And they haven't missed a day in 5 years. And I found that I was really looking forward to watching them with my dinner at night time. And just by watching them, I was getting inspired to try new things, go to new countries, try new food, get into positivity, and I was just a much happier person because of them. And these are strangers who didn't realize the impact they were having on my life at all. And I noticed that they were starting to build up a name for themselves. I thought it was amazing. And they grew from nothing pretty much. Now they've just hit 1 million subscribers. They're living in London, living their dream life. And that really, really did inspire me. So my first video was at one of their meetups. And after that, I think I felt very inspired by my own journey. So things that I've gone through in life, normal things that a lot of us deal with that a lot of people find it difficult to talk about. So I have a history with depression, anxiety. I've struggled with being overweight. I've had eating disorders. I had chronic acne. And I struggled with bisexuality as a teenager as well. So I felt that I had a lot to put out there and share with the world in my own way, in an inspirational way. And that really inspired me to start. So this is the one that everyone asks about all the time. I get this question every day, multiple times a day, how I built my audience. YouTube is really important to my main demographic, and that's mostly females between the ages of 13 and 24. And the community is so important to them. They really rely on YouTube a lot of the time, and on YouTube I don't act as an educator. I'm more seen as a virtual bigger sister to these thousands of girls around the world, and with that comes a lot of responsibility, as I'm sure you can understand. But how I built up the audience that I wanted to build up when starting out is a huge combination of things. So first, it was research. Research is key. Every single day, I research what's trending online, what issues are facing young people, and then I will try and relate that back to my own experiences in life. So I'll think, have I gone through anything like that? Is there any way that I could talk about that in an inspirational and laid-back way that people will relate to and will make them feel a bit better, all in 10 minutes, and do it all myself, film and edit everything myself. After that is building a social media presence, and this is something I still struggle with. I'm only 25, but I feel like a granny when it comes to all these apps, and I only got a smartphone about a year ago. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Instagram, and you have to be on all these places every day, multiple times a day, so that people always know that you're there, that they can email you and stuff. And building up relationships with other content creators online publicly is very important as well, to become part of that community and not feel so isolated in what you're doing. After that, I also mix things up an awful lot. I want to keep things interesting to me and to my viewers, because things can get boring quite easily, and I never stop educating myself and trying to better my content. So all these things combine to create an audience. You have to have great quality, great content, good lighting, a good camera. You have to learn how to edit. You have to be able to bring all these things together and never just become complacent. You always need to be adding to what you're doing and giving them value for what they're watching. And then comes all the really important stuff as well. So having eye-catching thumbnails on your videos, having titles that are searchable, having the right keywords in your tags and in your description box. And that search engine optimization takes a lot of time to kind of learn, and I'm still learning, but it's something that's so important, and it can give someone a huge step ahead in getting their stuff out there and getting it seen by the right people. Finding a niche is huge, and I didn't know originally exactly what my niche would be, but it ended up being something absolutely wonderful. My niche is just being a role model to girls who are like me 5 years ago. So girls who are a little bit socially awkward and have low self-esteem, body confidence issues, spots, anxiety, that kind of thing. And they're the people that watch me, and they're the people that I get emails from every day saying, you made me feel better, thank you for what you do. And that, for me, is my niche. So it's very broad, and it's something that is widely searched. So questions of, how to feel happier, self-improvement are every day. People are going onto Google saying, how do I be happier? And not a lot of people are willing to really bear their flaws and all in front of the world, because it's a difficult thing to do. And I feel like the one thing that enables me to do that is the confidence that I've built up from doing YouTube. So it's like a total cycle. Finally, what's really important on this topic is interacting with your audience. Huge thing, you need to reply to their comments, feature them in your videos. You need to let them know that you are a real person on the other end of the computer screen and that you massively appreciate them, because without them, I wouldn't have what I have right now. I'll do giveaways for them, I'll do live shows with them, anything to give back to them and get to know them as well. On to working with brands and building collaborations with brands and charities. I've worked with a number of very big brands and charities in the short amount of time that I've been doing YouTube. And most of the most exciting ones that I have in the works aren't actually going to be out until next year in terms of brand ambassadorship and in terms of mainstream media work. But the ones that I have worked with typically come to me. I don't seek them out. I'm a massive believer in the law of attraction, and that's something I talk about a lot in my videos. It works, so but I'm really passionate about that, and I like to let that come to me. The brands that I work with are typically brands and companies who understand the landscape. They understand that the YouTube community is very important to the consumers that they're aiming to reach, and that it's almost like an online club. So if everyone online is using the same hair tool or the same face serum or something like that, it's kind of like a club, like a shared love for something. And when everyone will then start tagging each other in pictures, sending their pictures to the YouTuber, saying, I'm using the same thing you are. And that kind of human need to be part of something, no matter what it is, there's gaming communities, there's beauty communities, lifestyle communities, all sorts of YouTube communities where people build up a community and a shared love on something. And it's so important to the viewer, and these brands understand that. So they will work with me in a very organic way, a very easy way. And most of the times that I've worked with brands and companies, it's been really enjoyable and it's really added to my content. I've had a couple of experiences where it's been very stressful and difficult working with a brand, so I now know the things that I want to avoid with brand integration and sponsorship. Having a script is completely not happening for me, and rigid rules about how to do it. I feel like brands need to just understand that us content creators have a very strong understanding of what our subscribers want and what will work best for our subscribers and our channel, because we've built them up and we know, I'm my own target audience, so I know that when I'm watching a video, what's going to make me want to buy something or make me want to go to a new restaurant or make me want to, support a new campaign. So those are the things that brands just need to trust in us, that we will know and give us a bit of wiggle room and work with us and meet us halfway on that. So then I also want to touch on, there's brands and companies that don't do paid promotion with YouTubers, but have huge success online because they've built up a very positive relationship with YouTubers and bloggers through the likes of events, launch events, social media and stuff like that. And they make it very exciting. And so some of examples of that would be Benefit Cosmetics and Lush Cosmetics. They don't do any paid advertising, but YouTubers are so involved with them, and it makes things really exciting for the viewer who's also interested in those things. With YouTube, for brands, it's instant feedback. So you have the comment section, and with the comment section, I always say proceed with caution, because people can be anonymous and they can say, they're very honest, they can say whatever they want in the comments straight away. So it's very easy for a brand to see, have people taken the sponsorship up well, or has it gone down in a bad way or anything like that. And I think that's why more brands are now being more open to working with YouTubers in the way that they want to work with them. I'm very lucky that I haven't had a single sponsorship blow up in my face at all. They've all gone very swimmingly, so I'm very happy about that. And I intend on sticking with my ethos of working with companies that I'm passionate about, that I actually use, and that I feel like my viewers will find value in and will enjoy as well. Then in terms of collaboration with other YouTubers, that is my favorite part of everything. And I feel like this is where YouTube is very different from traditional media. So traditional media is a bit a lot more competitive, not a bit, a lot more competitive. And with YouTube, we're all extremely supportive of one another. Different endeavors that YouTubers are going on now, so you'll see people bringing out books, starring in movies, having their own radio shows, bringing out their own product lines. We're all extremely supportive of one another, and if you can get other YouTubers in your community on board and behind you, it massively enhances your career, and it's not going to take away from their career at all in the slightest. It's even going to help them, because the viewer loves seeing that crossover on YouTube. They live for it. They absolutely love it. It's kind of like a fandom. They just get so excited seeing people talking to each other on Twitter about what they had for lunch yesterday, or talking about a movie they all went to see together. And I think that's where YouTube is very different from social, or not from social media, from traditional media. It's something that is very unique to online video on YouTube. You can even see the likes of Jamie Oliver actually getting on board with this. He's recently been doing collaborations on his very successful YouTube channel with YouTubers like me, who are nothing like him, who don't do any similar kind of content or anything, but he understands the value in that, and he sees that it's not all about just kind of going at it yourself. It's all about shared audiences on YouTube, which is beautiful, I think. So next, I wanted to give a little bit of insight into the doors that YouTube has opened for me in the last 2 years. So I think I started about 2 years ago, I think. In that amount of time, I've actually worked with every main TV station in the UK and Ireland. I've gotten to do modelling, and I'm completely a non-traditional model. I've gotten to do a lot of photo shoots, done a lot of radio interviews. I've written articles for newspapers and magazines. And a German production company actually invested €25,000 into creating a membership website and app for my viewers, and that's going to be launching soon. I'm also working with Endemol, who create TV shows, and they are investing millions into moving online as well. And I'm working with Michelle Phan, and she is the first female YouTuber online to reach 1 billion views. She's a very successful entrepreneur, and she hand-selected me out of thousands and thousands of girls to be one of a few who's working with her on a project called Icon. And these things kind of blow my mind, because like 2 years ago, my intent was to be a teacher right now, and I never envisioned any of this kind of stuff for myself. So it's really, really amazing. I've had offers to bring out product lines of my own as well. And because I'm so busy right now, I don't want to rush into anything, and I don't want to slap my name on a product just for a quick buck. I'd rather wait it out and do everything properly. And I'm getting a lot of kind of ideas and stuff now that I really, really want to build on later. I'm still getting used to the fact that I'm an influencer, and I often undervalue my say and things that I do. I do a lot of free work still, and I'm trying to kind of come to terms with this, because it all happened very, very fast for me. So now I'm going to talk about my plans for the rest of this year and beyond that. Going forward, there's so much that I want to do, and I feel like we need more hours in the day to sleep. I hardly ever sleep anymore. There's a few things, so I'll just give you a couple of ideas. One thing is I want to bring out a skin and body care line that's Irish and organic, that'll bring some money into the country. And I've been even toying around with names for this, like sitting at home drawing my stuff. Cherry doll is one idea I have. As you see, my branding is 2 cherries, and that's a story for a totally different day. And then I introduce every video with "Hey guys on dolls," and that just kind of stuck really early on. The viewers responded well, so I think it's kind of playful and 60s. Very up my street. I've also got plans to establish a few social enterprises in Ireland. I'm all about job creation and my social missions, and I think YouTube is amazing for social entrepreneurship, because you can really impact real change once you've built up trust with your viewers, which is amazing to me. My lifelong goal of being a published author of nonfiction and even fiction, fantasy, young adult, is now a very real possibility, but I said nothing. I had a very exciting meeting last week. And I also hope to grow my audience and hope to grow my channel to 1 million views and more. I want to get that big, juicy gold plaque and put it on my wall, because it'll look so much better on my wall. Tells you that now. in general, I just want to see where the wind takes me. I'm sure you all know that the internet and YouTube, it's an ever-changing platform, and I don't know where I'm going to be this time next year, and I kind of like that. I just hope that it keeps getting better and that it's as amazing as I hope it'll be. So I hope that gave you a bit of kind of insight into my world, and I'm totally open now to take any questions on stuff that I might have talked about or that I didn't touch on because I didn't have that long to talk. But so any questions? We actually have a little guy here, and he has a microphone in him. He's fluffy, and I can throw him. Does anyone want to ask anything? No? He's lonely. I hope you enjoyed that, though, and I'm going to be outside to take any questions, like one-on-one and stuff like that. Thank you.